I'm convinced that you can put Umbreon in any deck and do pretty well, but I guess there's only one way to find out. Hey everybody, Nick from 9card TCG, and today we are playing an Umbreon deck, right? But we're going to be pairing it with Victini VMAX. Why Victini VMAX? Well, because it's a pretty good attacker and has a low energy cost, but it's also strong against all those Zacians and Zamazentas that are running around, so we want to make sure that we can handle those decks. Here is our Victini Umbreon deck. We are running 2 copies of Victini from Sword and Shield. It has the energy burst. It does 30 damage times the number of energy attached to both active Pokemon. So if you do come across, say, a Zamazenta and it has 3 energy, so they can hit you with their Assault Tackle plus the 2 energy from Energy Burst, that's 5. 5 times 3 is 150, or 5 times 30 is 150. Hitting for weakness gives you 300, enough to knock out a Zacian or Zamazenta if they're fully loaded and ready to attack. We are running 2 Victini V from Battle Styles as well. Not as good of an attacker, but for 2 energy, you can also discard those energies and attack into a Zacian and Zamazenta and take them out with Flare Shot because of weakness. Where our main attacker is Victini VMAX with Max Victory. It does 100 base, but it does an additional 120 damage if the opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon V. Remember, VMAXs do count as V, so if your opponent's active is a VMAX, you will be hitting for 220, assuming there's no weakness. And that's only for 2 energy, which is pretty good. By now, we've all seen Umbreon and Umbreon VMAX. We are not using Umbreon as an attacker here. We are just using it for the ability to boss up things that we want, and so we are running kind of a lot of Umbreons, and if I'm being honest, I'm a little concerned that this might be too many Umbreons, but let's, I guess we'll find out. Something that this deck runs is Echoing Horn, and the reason why we're running Echoing Horn is because if we get walled by a Zamazenta or we get walled by something that we can't hit, we can play Echoing Horn to bring back a Pokemon from the discard pile, put it onto the bench, play our Umbreon VMAX or play our Boss's Order, bring it into the active, and then attack into it. So it's a way just to kind of work around Pokemon that you've knocked out in the past, and so that you can take easy knockouts. Energy Search to help us find those energies. We are running 4 Evolution Incense, Great Balls, Quick Balls, all those kind of things. Raihan to help us search our deck and get energy attachment so we can attack back-to-back turns if one of our Pokemon is knocked out the previous turn. Experience Share again to help get energy in case one of our Pokemon is knocked out. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. We are running a fair amount of energy. Those are the 2 things I'm concerned about, is that we have too many Umbreons, too many energies, but let's see how the deck goes. Going into the first match here, if you are brand new to the channel, first off, thank you so much for giving it a try. I really do appreciate it. If you like what you're seeing, you can always hit the subscribe button and bell notification so you never miss another video. And if you really want to help out the channel, you can leave a like and a comment, because those are the best ways to tell YouTube that this is a good video and other people should watch it. Based off the deck box, our opponent has a Rapid Strike Urshifu deck. So we start with an Umbreon, and not ideal, right? This is not exactly what we want. We really do want to be starting Victini. Yep, there's the Rapid Strike. Man. And they're playing Chinchinos. So let's see. We get an we're gonna Air Balloon, and we're gonna Marnie. The reason why we're not researching is because I don't want to give up all that stuff right away. We do get a Victini, which is nice. So we can go ahead. Let's Great Ball, see if we can find nothing. But we do get a Capture Energy. And let's go ahead. We'll get another... We're gonna go on an Umbreon in case this one gets knocked out, that we'll be able to attack eventually, or use our Umbreon VMAX to gust up something so we can hit into it with Max Victory. Unfortunately, they go right away for the... Oh man, they got everything. Gale Thrust, this is not looking super good. We do get a Marnie. I don't like the idea of... Do I gust something else up just to hit into it? No, I don't think it's worth it, because then if they boss and bring it up, that's an extra prize card they're gonna get. So we'll go ahead, we'll Heat Energy, we'll Quick Ball away the Echoing Horn, try to get a Crobat, see if we can draw into a Victini VMAX or an Evolution Incense. There's the Evolution Incense. And let's Air Balloon this guy as well, just so it's out there and I have a pivot, and we can go ahead and max victory. And now, because of the heat energy, we have 20 extra HP, so we technically have 330 HP. So that's pretty nice. And we still have our 2 Umbreon VMAXs in the deck, so that we can research if they try to retreat out, and we can gust it right back up. So that's not a bad thing, right? We can... I would really like to get another Victini onto the field so we can go ahead and start setting it up, but we'll take what we can get. Our opponent does have the opportunity to use Chinchino's Make Do to discard a card and draw 2 more. Probably just deciding what they want to get rid of. Seems like the easy choice. I mean, I don't know what they have in their hand. So there's a chance we kind of Marnie them into nothing. They're not really... Do they have another Scoop Up Net? They have a Bird Keeper, so they're going to draw a couple cards. They will go ahead and Gale Thrust us for the 150. They can't play a Marnie or a Boss, anything like that. They could G-Max Rapid Flow if they get another Rapid Strike Energy. So we'll see what they do. They are looking to do that, so they're going to put 120 and 120 most likely. So they'll take the KO on the Umbreon V and put a decent amount of damage on Victini VMAX. Luckily, they don't have Telescopic Sight, so they're not able to take out the Crobat and get 4 prizes this turn, because Passimian is going to do 30 extra damage to the bench V Pokemon. And if they had Telescopic Sight, that would be an additional 30 damage. So they do 120 plus 30 plus 30 brings you to 180. So we get the Victini V. Very, very nice. We'll get a Heat Energy on there. So here's the thing. Do I want to like discard the Guarantee Energy and draw? I think I'm gonna. I don't want to let them take back a tool. So let's go ahead and max victory. They're not going to be able to take out my Victini VMAX this next turn. And we have an Umbreon VMAX to attack. We have Marnie. We got a bunch of stuff going on here. They do have Scoop Up Nets, so they can easily get that Passimian out of the active. All they need is a Fighting Energy, and they'll be able to Scoop Up Net, pull, or just switch to get that that Urshifu into the active spots. Gale Thrust for 150. I mean, they might work around that. They might just try to G-Max Rapid Flow and take out my bench Pokemon and just kind of completely ignore the Victini VMAX. But I really don't want to bench too many more things. I do, unfortunately, have to go through their Urshifu VMAX because I think it would take too long to try to go through their Chinchinos before they're able to take 3 prizes. And what we can do this next turn is we can retreat out our Victini, attach an energy, Evolution Incense, and then start attacking with a fresh Victini. So there's the Bird Keeper. They're going to draw more cards. They can't boss or anything. I wonder if they even run boss. So there's the energy. That's Evolution Incense. Victini VMAX. Oh man, do I boss up this Passimian so they don't get the knockout? Because if they Gmax Rapid Fall next turn with the Telescopic Sight, they'll win because of Passimian. But I don't think I have many choice. I think I have to attack into this Urshifu. So we'll try to Marnie them, try to like, not that it matters because they have those two Chinchinos, so they're going to be able to make do and just draw a bunch of cards anyway. But I don't think it's really necessary to retreat because they can Gmax Rapid Flow to the bench anyway. So basically, if they have a Telescopic Sight, they will win this turn. If they don't, and they just take the active KO, then we'll win. So it's really just a matter of, do they have Telescopic Sight? If they can find, if they can dig deep enough, which they're going to be able to draw 6 cards, thin out, not to mention any research or any additional draw cards like Bird Keeper, whatever. So they're gonna see a minimum of 6 cards, somewhere between 6 and 13 cards, depending on what they're able to draw. So, oh god, this is like it's painful to see if they're gonna get the one tool card they need. And they probably only run 1 copy of it, maybe 2. So we'll see what happens. I have the Umbreon VMAX so that I can gust up their Urshifu if they try to retreat and buy an extra turn. They Cheryl. Wow. Did not like that. But they will be able to Gale Thrust for 30, which will not be enough. It's not enough. Actually, they can't even Gale Thrust because they have a Capture Energy. So we're going to Tool Jammer. And we're just going to go max victory again. Because now, even if they do get the Telescopic Sight, it does not matter. Whew. So now they have to have a Scrapper and a Tool Jammer. Well, they could have a Boss. Boss will still do it, but they still need a Rapid Strike Energy and a Boss. Because if they Boss my Crobat into the active, they can hit it for weakness and then also do 120 to the bench, and that'll be enough to take the game. So that Cheryl saved them a turn. Do they have it? They need the Boss and a Rapid Strike Energy. And they concede. Oh, yes! Going into game number 2. And if you want to learn how to play the Pokemon trading card game a little bit better, or you just want a Discord and community to hang out in, well, you can find mine in the links in the video description. It'd be awesome to have you. Another mulligan. So PTCGO eventually is going to be going away and be replaced by Pokemon Trading Card Game Live, which there's some pros and cons, right? On the surface, we're not really sure exactly how this is going to work. However, overall, I am very, very excited for PTCG Live. And there's a bunch of screenshots in the Discord, and we were having some discussion about it earlier. So definitely, if you are interested, feel free to join. So Dark Deck starting Crobat playing Great Ball. This could either be all Umbreon, single strike Umbreon with Urshifu. It's definitely a single strike deck. Whether it is single strike Umbreon or Urshifu Umbreon, I don't really know just yet. based on the coin and the deck box and the fact that I've only seen dark type Pokemon and an actual dark energy, probably going to be just a Umbreon dark type deck. And we actually do get to make use of Tower of Darkness here because we are running single strike Umbreons, which could be an alternative to the shopping mall stadium that we have now that I'm thinking about it. I'm going to fail one of these Evolution Incense just to get it out of the hand, and we'll Crobat, draw a couple cards, see what we can pick up. Okay. I think we're good. We'll leave the Umbreon in the active. If they attack us with the Crobat here with its Venomous Fang, it's do 70, it'll poison us, that's fine, we can retreat, and when we retreat, that poison will be resolved. Looks like they're going to Umbreon VMAX, probably bring up our Victini into the active. If they're hitting us with the Crobat though, they might be committing to it. Yeah, they are definitely committing to this, to the Crobat, which is interesting. It'll hit us for 70 plus 10 poison. However, because they cannot Marnie, we have the Evolution Incense to get the Victini VMAX. And they are running Eternatus. Interesting. So we'll go ahead, we'll Evolution Incense. That will, by evolving Victini, we will be removing the poison damage. We'll go ahead and bench another. And I think we want to get rid of this Eternatus, because Eternatus VMAX can be a little annoying, but they don't have any energy on it just yet. So maybe I don't. Maybe I kind of stop the bleeding, take the Crobat KO, get 2 quick prizes. Jerry snoring next to me. So unless they play, there's the VMAX. So unless they play Galarian Moltres and have an energy switch in this hand, which is now going to be a little bit larger thanks to Crobat, they're not going to be able to attack this turn. So, and I can just kind of gust up their other Pokemon. So maybe I do that. Maybe I try to do that. They're going to Marnie us. So maybe I won't gust up something. They might be looking for the Moltres and energy switch like I mentioned. We get the experience share, really, really nice tool. They're going to Great Ball. Yeah, they are looking hard. Don't find anything. Another Eternatus. They can only Crobat once per turn, so not really sure why they played that again. I guess they're just trying to go for max damage, and they're going to concede because they know they're going to be too far behind on prizes. Let's go into the final game of the video, and since we mentioned PTCG Live earlier, the one thing that I really hope happens is that the animations, not the in-game animations, I'm not super concerned about those. I am more concerned about the post-game animations where your meter is filling up as you like earn points and get prizes on like the pseudo battle pass type thing. I hate it. It takes forever, and so if we can kind of speed that up, that would be just terrific. So here we are, Jolteon VMAX, be an interesting matchup. Jolteon's one of those decks that like half hits. They don't hit for tremendous damage to the active. They kind of split the damage between the active and a Pokemon on the bench. So it's really just to soften up Pokemon for KOs later in the game. Not sure how I feel about it. And a Capture Energy. We're going to get, I think we just go with another Victini, because we could throw an experience share on there. And we don't have any energy in the discard pile, but we could get one. But I think we just kind of have to chill. experience share. When your active Pokemon is knocked out from one of your opponent's attacks, you may move a basic energy from that Pokemon to the Pokemon that the tool is attached to. So when I get this fire energy onto Victini here, if it gets knocked out, that fire energy will move over to the Victini on the bench, so that, well, I mean, maybe not that fire energy anymore, but this way I only have to attach one energy the next turn to attack because of Victini VMAX's 2 energy attack cost. You do get a Tool Jammer and a Victini VMAX, which is, the VMAX is really nice. We definitely need it, especially if they whiff their VMAX. That would just be incredible. And they haven't played it yet. They haven't played a Drizzile. They haven't played a level ball. They might be, maybe they're digging for a Crobat. A Zigzagoon trying to ping damage onto my bench Victini VMAX so Max Thunder Rumble can take effect. Oh! And they're gonna go ahead and retreat. We're gonna evolve. And I think I have no choice but to go ahead and Marnie, which is unfortunate. So we'll get the Heat Energy. We'll Great Ball first. We get the Umbreon, which is very nice. And I guess we will... I'm going to get rid of this Capture Energy. And we'll get a Crobat. We do have 2 Crobats. I thought we only had 1. I don't know why I thought we had 1. Maybe because every other deck I play has 1. And let's go ahead and max victory. We'll evolve here too. And yeah, we'll just take the KO. We'll get up 1 prize. That's fine, because then later we can bring out one of the Vs on the bench using Echoing Horn right here. When this gets knocked out, they will have no choice but to have a V into the Scar pile. I can bring it back, Echoing Horn, gust it up, and max victory for the KO. They are going to do a lot of damage, so I don't really like this. They're gonna be, oh, they're gonna go for the Drizzile. They probably look for another Evolution Incense, Marnie, research something so they can get this Jolteon evolved. Now that I'm showing these Umbreons, they do not want to leave that Jolteon just free for me to knock out. But that's why we play Echoing Horn, so. They want to get those Inteleons out onto the field as quickly as possible so they can start putting snipe damage so that they, once my Victini's knocked out, they could start attacking something else. Or just softening them up even more for easier KOs. Jolteon's a tough deck. There's the Marnie, which I don't love, right? Because I kind of like what we had. We had some energy, Great Ball. Oh, and they don't use it. So we are going to Heat Energy. And we're going to hold off. I need to go through 1 Jolteon VMAX and then a V with Echoing Horn. And because both of these have 330 HP, they have to... I mean, they could knock out this one, and not this turn, next turn. So I have the Umbreon VMAX to gust up this one if they... should they retreat. So there's the quick shooting Inteleon. Both of my Pokemon have 330 health thanks to the Heat Energy, giving that extra 20 HP. Not going to help too much because it takes a couple of turns for Jolteon to do its thing anyway. So they'll put an extra... there's the Marnie. But they'll put an extra 20 damage. They're probably trying to look for that additional... well, I guess... Yeah, they definitely need this one if they want to take the 2 KOs. I do have an Evolution Incense. So I can get the Umbreon VMAX. I think I lose. because Jolteon has a free retreat. So did I hit no? Like in, oh my god, I hit no. Wow. I meant to hit yes. Oh, it doesn't have an ability because of Path to the Peak. Didn't even see that. Not even paying attention. I'm just so focused on the fact that we are going to lose this next turn. Because they have that quick shooting. Right? They need the other Inteleon. If they get that other Inteleon, we do lose. And there it is. Now they can put 20 damage on each of my Victinis. Max Thunder Rumble. Yeah. So, unfortunate. But it's just the way it goes. They had a good setup. Although we had a pretty good run this game as well. I just think that bench damage and free retreat makes it really, really difficult to handle Jolteon if you are not doing a good amount of damage. And yeah, that's just how it goes. So let's move into the objective deck data, where we look at how the deck performed with actual data and numbers. And you can see that our average energy efficiency, which is the damage dealt per energy attached, was 185, because we are doing big damage for just a couple of energies. We are attaching 2 energies and hitting for 220. That's pretty good. Our average energy acceleration was about 0.9, so we're attaching an energy about once per turn. And here's I think always one of the more important numbers is our average damage efficiency. How much damage dealt per prize card taken? We did 416 damage to take 1 prize card, which means we're attacking into the same Pokemon twice to take 1 prize card. That's really, really high. Consider that the average Pokemon VMAX has 330 HP. We are doing way too much damage. So that's one of the things about Victini VMAX. You're either going to get just enough to take the knockout on Vs, or you're going to be overkilling taking knockouts on VMAXs. We are doing about 155 damage per turn, which, you know, on average, I guess is pretty good. That's going to be a 3-turn knockout on Pokemon VMAXs though, so that is something to keep in mind. And you see that right here by attack efficiency, which is the number of attacks per prize card taken. We're doing more than 2 attacks that take a single prize card. Not very efficient. And our attack acceleration, number of attacks made per turn, is pretty high. We're almost attacking once every turn. We're attacking about 4 out of every 5 turns, so pretty good. You really see this with the win and loss attack efficiency. In the game we lost, we had to attack way more than in the game where we won. So again, being able to gust up Pokemon and attack consistently is very, very important. And there you have it, Victini Umbreon. I think, I don't know if I prefer straight Victini with like hammers and a rugged helmet to really disrupt your opponent. I think that might be the better option. You saw there was a couple of times where we just didn't have the Victini set up right away, or we're trying to make a play with Umbreon happen, but we keep getting Marnied, or we have to worry about using our Evolution Incense to get the VMAX for Umbreon or Victini, like and then your Umbreons are just sitting there as potential bench liabilities. So maybe the straight Victini deck would be a little bit better, but hey, you have to do what works best for you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said before, if you did, hit the subscribe button and bell notification so you never miss another video. If you really want to help out the channel, hit the like button and leave a comment. If you don't know what kind of comment to leave, just say Victini brings victory, and there you go. Those things help me tremendously. They are the best ways to tell YouTube that this is a good video and other people should watch it, and we gotta do what we can to feed the YouTube algorithm monster. But like I said, that is it for today. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.